Welcome, I'm Will, the Nerdy Nerf Herder, and today we're playing our Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic playthrough. I apologize we had to miss out on this last week. Had a little personal stuff going on. And I have recently discovered that I'm going to have to reschedule the time slot for this endeavor. I have a new employment schedule, and don't know exactly when we're going to get that put in yet, so I'll update you as soon as I get the answer to that. But I will continue this playthrough, and it will be exclusively on the stream and on the YouTube channel. I will not play without you all. But yeah, this is something I am going to continue. Just with my new work schedule, I'm going to have to change the time slots up, and I'm not quite sure when it will fit in best yet. And the same can be said for my Wednesday afternoon streams. That time slot will have to be moved as well. And again, those will be updated, and I don't want to get rid of streams altogether, but we will update the time slots and get them in there as soon as I get something. Stay tuned to my Instagram. I'll get it posted on there when that update will be on when we're streaming KotOR, as well as the updated streaming schedule with working with my new work schedule. Next Wednesday is when, yeah, so we'll have this week. So when 2 days from now, Wednesday, we will still have our normal stream this week. But starting the 27th is when we will go to no longer having a Wednesday stream. So, or at least a Wednesday afternoon stream. We'll have to change that timetable a little bit. I'm going to still see about trying to get something in on Wednesday somewhere. It just maybe has to be later in the day. So, the other thing I had to address was Shiny Sunday, 7 shinies. That I thought that was a huge success for a 2-hour stream to have that many. I must say I looked at the footage and I feel like such adult. All the time that we spent hunting Cobalion was just me not realizing that the reason it was the way it was is because it was the shiny and not that it wasn't the shiny. I got the two confused, and it was a first encounter shiny technically. If you watch the footage again, the first moment Cobalion spawned in, it was already shiny. So, shiny power 3 on the donuts. It helps. Virizion was almost that quick as well. Tracheon was not. Or Tracheon, or however you pronounce it. But, yeah, so I apologize for not catching that sooner. It just goes to show it's worth double checking. That being said, in my prep for the next Shiny Sunday, I have unlocked a new special scan, and we have Latios, so we will be doing the Latios hunt on Sunday. And we'll try to get that on stream. So stay tuned for that. And we'll still have our normal late night Pokopia building just to kind of hang out and relax and unwind from the day. And then we'll get this KotOR game running. So when we last left off, we had pretty much done everything there is on Terrace. We infiltrated the Sith base. We got the launch codes. And then, so now we're to the point where we need to get off planet. And Canderous is ready to take us to Davik Kang so we can steal the Evan Hawk, Davik Kang's ship.
I figured you'd be back. Neither of us is getting off this planet unless we work together. Now, I know the Sith military base had a break-in, and I know it was you. I know you've got those departure codes I need. So what do you say? We join forces, and I can get you inside Davik's base, and right to the Ebon Hawk. We can go right now.
Alrighty. I have a few things to take care of first. Nope. Okay, let's join up. But how are we going to get me inside Davik's estate?
Davik's always looking to recruit new talent. I'll tell him how you won that swoop race and mention that you're interested in working for the exchange. I'll say I brought you in so he could check you out. He'll have you stay at his estate for a couple of days while he runs some background checks on you. That's standard procedure.
This is too risky. We should find another way.
You got another plan, sister? Or are you just objecting because you didn't think of it?
No, I don't have another plan. I would rather not place my life in your hands, however.
I can say the same about you. That makes us even. Fortunately, we both want to get off this rock, right? While Davik's checking you out, we steal the Ebon Hawk and escape Taris. Come on. I've got an airspeeder nearby to take us to Davik's estate. The sooner we're off Taris, the better.
Candace has joined our party. So we have to keep him in our party. Then we have to add in our helpers. Mission is helpful. T3 is helpful. Cars is going to be slightly less useful than I think Mission or T3 would due to the skill access. So we're going to go with T3. I love some of the designs that they came up with for the ships in this game. Like, I would love it so much if LEGO would put out a play scale Ebon Hawk.
You summoned me, Lord Malik.
The search for Bastila is taking too long. We cannot risk her escaping Taris. Destroy the entire planet.
The entire planet, Lord Malik? But there are billions of people on Taris. We'd be slaughtering countless innocent civilians, not to mention our own men still on the surface.
Your predecessor once made the mistake of questioning my orders, Admiral. Surely you are not so foolish as to make the same mistake.
Of course not, my Lord Malik. I will do as you command, but it will take several hours to position our fleet.
Then I suggest you begin immediately. You are dismissed, Admiral.
Yes, Lord Malik.
I don't want a UCS Ebon Hawk. I have the Millennium Falcon UCS set. That's plenty big enough.
Candaris,
And
I see you've brought someone with you. Most intriguing, if I do say so myself. You usually travel alone.
It's not like you to take on partners, Candaris. You're getting soft.
Watch yourself, Callow. You may be the newest Cath Hound in the pack, but you aren't top dog yet.
Enough. I won't have my top two men killing each other. That's not good business. I'm sure Candaris has an explanation as to why he's not working solo anymore.
This is a special case, Davik. I ran into someone the Exchange might want to recruit. You may have heard something of their exploits already.
Ah, yes. Now I recognize your companion. The rider who won the big swoop race. Very impressive, as was your display in the rather heated battle afterwards.
So we've got a few options here. We got good to finally meet you, Davik. My name's Bran Cast. It was nothing I couldn't handle. Brejik had to learn that double crossers tend to end up dead. I didn't know you were a Swoop fan. I'm gonna be kind of cocky with this one, play into the role.
An important lesson to learn, no doubt. In my line of business, I've seen far too many people suffer for not understanding it. With the recommendation from Candaris and a thorough background check, you could become part of the exchange. Many would kill to prove themselves worthy of this honor.
Your offer intrigues me, Davik.
I will give you a tour of my operations. I'm certain you'll be most impressed. Ah, there she is. The Ebonhawk, my pride and joy, the fastest ship in the Outer Rim. Note the state-of-the-art security system I've had installed to protect her. The shields are completely impregnable. Nobody can get past them without the codes to try and steal my baby. Unfortunately, the Sith military blockade has grounded my vessel. The Ebonhawk can outrun any vessel in the galaxy. But even she isn't fast enough to avoid the auto-targeting laser cannons of the orbiting Sith fleet. I am, of course, working on acquiring the Sith departure codes so that I may come and go as I please. However, progress has been slow. But we should continue our tour. These will be your accommodations. The slave quarters are just down the hall. If you need anything during your stay, food, a massage, feel free to call upon their services. If all goes well with your background check, you will be invited to join the exchange. I'd advise you to accept the offer when it comes, or suffer the dire consequences of refusal. You will stay in these rooms as my guest for the next few days. I will not accept no for an answer. Feel free to visit the slave quarters at any time during your stay. I must warn you that if you are found anywhere outside the guest wing during your stay, or if you bother my other guests, my security forces will deal with you most harshly. I will return after the investigation into your background is complete. Until then, make yourself comfortable. Come, Callow. Let us leave our guests in peace.
Okay, we're inside. Now all we have to do is figure out a way to get past the Ebonhawk security system, and we can get the rest of your group off this planet. No sense waiting around here, though. The sooner we get off Taurus, the better.
Alright, so we gotta level up Candaris. That'll take just a moment. Let's get him leveled up and equipped. So yeah, I don't want a UCS Ebonhawk. I want a play scale. The UCS version would be way too big, I feel, for most collectors. Even though, don't get me wrong, I would love to see the UCS scale. The problem is the scale of the ship, as you saw it in that hangar bay, is roughly the size of either the Millennium Falcon or the Ghost. It's somewhere between those two. I want to say that, and that's not including the Phantom. I mean, the Phantom tacks onto the Ghost, and you can argue it's not that much of a tack on, and it isn't. So Lego would ideally scale it to that sizing, somewhere between the most recent play scale Millennium Falcon or Dark Falcon, if you want to use that as the example of the play scale that for the size that they're building them now, and the most recent Ghost. And just like load it with every single one of the companion characters. You don't need Revan, you don't need Malik. You've already gotten that. You've done that. Now, don't get me wrong. I missed out on the Revan May 4th promo, and it is one of like my unicorns. I would love to have a Darth Revan character or minifig. That is something I would love to have. I do not have $400 or whatever it is now on Bricklink for that. So let's see here. We're gonna go toughness. So, like, I think if you include all the companion characters, you don't need to include the player character. That's copacetic. I'd love a new Darth Revan action or minifig, but I get why they will likely never do that again, and I respect that. Would I much prefer it if they were to, I don't know, perhaps go ahead and do another version of Revan as a promo, I think that's well within the realm of possibility, especially considering how well it goes on Bricklink and the fact that there is a remake rumored for KotOR that is being worked on by Saber. And as far as we know, it is still in production. So he's got a +1 dex bonus. So we can get him this light battle armor and not have it be an issue. We're going to improve his reflex because he doesn't have a very good reflex save. Toss an energy shield. He really doesn't need the strength gauntlets. So, and then his blaster, we've got that there. So he's good to go. Again, we're not leveling up our character.
What? Yes?
We should probably make sure T3 has a good setup. He's got the heavy blaster. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah? What?
So yeah, release it with all the companion characters as minifigs. I think that is the way to go.
No problem. Got it.
Don't include the player characters. Like price the set, put it scale between the Ghost and the Falcon. Price it at $140 like the Ghost. I think that it would do really well, especially since a lot of the colors that are used in the Ebon Hawk for the build, you can't get easily. Like I've seen mocks online, and it's like, oh yeah, you want to use the this one piece from the UCS Slave 1, and it's like only in that set, in that color, and by the way, that's one of the colors that breaks easily. Have fun, good luck. Enjoy paying a ridiculous amount for that piece. But I would love to get the Ebon Hawk as a ship. And I know I could look online for a mock or try to design one myself. And that's probably what I'm going to have to do. But getting the minifigures, that would be cool. Because like having Mission and Karth and Bastila and Canderous all as minifigs.
Got it.
As well as my favorite character who has yet to be introduced. Get a T.
Got it.
But yeah, just get all the game's companions, put them as minifigures with the set, and then what they do
Got it.
is they introduce another one of the $5.99 collectible minifigures and do a line of 12 minifigures, 6 male, 6 female, 1 for each character class. 1 scoundrel male, 1 soldier male, 1 scout male, 1 Jedi knight, 1 Jedi sentinel, 1 Jedi counselor. Give them each the appropriate color lightsaber. Let them have green, yellow, or blue. And then, based off the class, put like maybe the Jedi Knights in armor, like some of the Force armor, sensitive armors that you can pick up. And then do the same thing for the female. There's 12 minifigures that you could do as that series. Collectors would go nuts. They would try to get one of each of those figures to go with the Ebon Hawk. Something that I'm sure I'm not the only one out there going, I really wish that we had that. Alright, so real quick, we'll pull up that recent inventory. So we got the launch codes. What data pad? Okay. So this is just a data pad about Calo Nord's trophy kills, and he did a Rancor hunt, and how disappointed he was because he basically had to trap it with explosives and blowing up the cliff face, and it wasn't a fair fight. But he still ended up, things went wrong, and popped a couple of grenades in its mouth, but the head was still intact, and that's the Rancor head that we see on display there. Is the one that he killed, supposedly, on Tatooine. Alright. The slave quarters, we could interact with them.
No problem.
For the sake of getting stuff done.
Barging in here. Get out of here, I'll call the guards.
Pudu, Tunirama Naprak.
Hey, baby, wait. I wasn't actually going... Damn it! Okay, great. You just scared off my date for the night. So you better explain yourself before I lose my temper and call the guards.
Sorry, no need to call the guards. I just got lost. You can't call the guards if you're dead. Sorry, I wrecked your night. Here's 50 credits for the inconvenience. Let's see if we can get it.
No way. You're not getting out of this mess that easy. You can...
Okay. Harvest weight was not that high. Go ahead and take that stuff. So yeah, we didn't get any dark side shift there. I would have preferred to not kill him, just because it's not necessary. You get the guards already aggroed on us, but we're gonna have to kill the guards anyway. Get all the way. Speaking of wood, do we have... Okay. Alright. Candace is shooting at that guy, so we'll shoot at the same one as him. With Candace being a soldier class and having that higher base attack bonus, it does help him hit a little better despite his low dexterity on range. Admittedly, his high strength score does well with melee. At this moment in time, range is about the best he can do. I know a lot of people like to take Candace and give him dual weapons and have him go into melee, and he is useful for that. I will give you that. But we don't have hardly any melee weapons that are decent. And yeah. Oh, I should have... Shoot. Better if I use him. Access security. So there's the barracks. We're going to gas that room. And that'll make our looting of everything a little smoother. Help us get to the juicy part faster. Alright, so that's where we're at. We do not want to gas the room. That's that. We do not need to do that. We can do that. Let's take a look at the spice lab. So there's nothing we can do about that. Throne room. And then guest room. Which we're going to have to go for that person. And then hangar. Return to root menu, system commands. We can open all the doors, upload, but we really don't need to do any of that. We did the main thing that we needed to do here.
What? Sure.
Alright. I'd rather have full HP going into this next bit. So we're going to go through... So let me pull up the map here. We need to go to the guest room. So we're going to go up to the right, and that droid is going to be a real pain. First we gotta deal with this guy. Valbard crossbow. OP with this one. What about current build? Ooh, you have loot. Security, this open.
What? Yes?
Somebody's gonna run up here. This goes how I remember. And be like, what were you doing? No? Okay. Shows you it's been a while since I played this section. So, right off the gate, I want to... go ahead and use... Oh no, we don't have an energy shield equipped. That won't do. And then we'll use the droid shield as well. And that'll help us with this endeavor. So these droids, kind of like the one that from the garage, that's where the swoop bike was. They can really mess you up by disabling your character. Like Gandris is just out for the count. But thankfully the droid is focusing on Gandris, allowing us to keep shooting. And where T3 is a droid, it apparently is having... In fact, we're talking about using that item on the droid. Back. No. No. We want that. Okay. In KotOR 2, T3 ends up as one of the companion characters again. And he has a shock upgrade, a shock arm upgrade. So we gotta release the cage first.
Thank you. You have no idea what it was like in that torture cage. I don't know how much more I could take before going mad.
Couldn't sit by and just let you suffer. So now that you're free, there's a matter of reward. Okay, you're free. Now give me my reward or I'll kill you.
I don't have anything to give you as a reward for freeing.
We're a light side character.
Nothing
We're gonna
tangible
go
anyway. But I've got information that could be worth a fortune. I used to be the pilot of the Ebonhawk, Davik's flagship. I know the codes to disable the security system protecting it. I'll load them onto your datapad now. You can use those codes to steal the Ebonhawk right out of its hangar. Sell it to the highest bidder, ransom it back to Davik. Whatever you do, you'll make thousands.
Alrighty, okay, you're free to go
It
now.
won't be long until Davik figures out I'm free. I have to get out of this base before that happens.
And
We've got
off
what
he
we
goes.
came for. We should get going.
Alrighty. So we looted that. We got that. We get some loot here. Because that's one of the dormitories we gassed. And then we open up this door. And this is the lab that we have lots of enemies. So we're going to just start off by tossing a frag grenade down there. And if we toss a few frag grenades down there, it'll go a lot faster.
Here it is!
Especially since we're starting off range, and they're nicely clumped there. I should sorry. It's not like I'm going to use too many grenades after this. We're going to go ahead and use a repair kit on T3.
What? What?
I'm going to wait a little bit longer before we use a med kit on ourselves. I'd like to... I know the marker where we're going to need to use it, but... I'd like to get a few other things taken care of first. So that's another terminal where we gas people. And then this door just connects back with that throne room. But again, T3's our guy. And we want to disable hangar security. Alright.
Huh? Sure.
So right now, we've got the security disabled. It's a good idea to drop our hard save because of what's going on with the next fight. It's just a chaotic mess. Or at least what I believe is the next fight. Let's see here. Yeah, the next fight. It's the next fight. So, we're going to go ahead and use that med pack. And right out of the gate for that fight, we will be activating shields on everybody.
Damn those Sith, they're bombing the whole planet. I knew they'd turn on us sooner or... Oh, look what we got here. Thieves in a hangar. So, you figured you'd just steal my ship for your getaway and leave me high and dry while the Sith turn the planet into dust? Sorry, but that ain't gonna happen.
I'll take care of them, Davik. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Make it quick, Carlo. The Sith mean business. If we don't get to our ships and find somewhere safe, the bombs they're dropping will kill us all.
So yeah, right out of the gate, we're going to activate all of these energy shields, because not only are we going to have to fight Kalo and Davik, but we're also going to be dealing with the ship above us, or above the planet. Bombarding the surface with lasers. So, we're gonna load up some frags and get these guys working towards their goal.
You
may have me outnumbered and outgunned, but if I'm going down, I'm taking all of you with me. This thermal detonator will blow us all to bits. Damn those Sith! They'll bring this whole hangar down around our ears.
So we get to loot Davik. And as you can see, there's not really anything else that you can loot. And if you stick around too long, you go boom. Alrighty. So let's see here. Because I have had those times when I have played this game where even though I'm walking to here,
let's get this ship fired up.
I got killed on the way to the ship having beaten the fight. But yeah, Lego, if you ever watch this video, play scale, Ebon Hawk, do it with the release of the next Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, where we're getting this story retold or reimagined or whatever that Saber's doing with it. Give us the Ebon Hawk, give us all of the crew, Missions, Albar, Bastila, Canderous, Karth, the other characters who haven't joined yet.
They are offering no resistance. The city is in ruins.
Resume the bombardment, Commander. Wipe this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
And then do a collectible minifigure pack themed around the base character classes and the base Jedi classes for 6 male, 6 female characters, split even, just like how the initial game gave us, and use different inspirations from the various character models and equipment designs in the game. But like, yeah, there's plenty of male faces that you could have done a minifigure. I can't remember, for probably more than 6 minifigures and still had another male print or the face option. But like, do a variety of them. Give each one a different face print. Give each one of the basic classes nice armor prints, and then include like a blaster, or heavy blaster, or dual blasters, or, you know, kind of like how they did the D&D ones, where you can kind of customize it or do it where it's got a...
Incoming fighters.
Each class has...
To the gun turrets.
I know with the D&D, you have the ability to swap several of them for equipment to be male to female, rather than doing the swapping of the heads. Rather it be like, maybe include a couple extra weapons options with the soldiers want, where you could either do 2 blasters or a heavy cannon kind of build, or maybe include a vibro blade sword. I remember as a kid, I hated the clunkiness of the cockpit, and hated doing the ship battles in this game. And then in KotOR 2, I was finally like, oh, even though it's only been a year, maybe they'll improve it. They drop it entirely. I was like, oh my goodness. I don't have this random, oh wait, I have to shoot these ships with this clunky, slow-moving turret. But now as an adult, I'm like, I'm playing KotOR 2 and I kind of miss my turret scene.
Dantooine. Seems like a lifetime since I last set foot on her surface. Though in truth, it's only been a few months. We should be safe from Malak here. For now, at least.
Safe?
You saw what his fleet did to Terrace. There wasn't a building over 2 stories high left standing. They turned the planet into one big pile of rubble.
Even the Sith would think twice before attacking Dantooine. There are many Jedi here, including several of the most powerful Masters of the Order. There is great strength within this place.
I agree with Bastila. We should be safe. I think Karth has a point. We should keep moving.
We can get supplies here and recuperate. The Academy is a place of mental and spiritual healing. Something we could all use after what we've been through.
Maybe you're right. It isn't easy to witness the annihilation of an entire planet. I know Mission must be taking it pretty hard.
She will find a way to come to terms with her grief. She's stronger than she appears. We just need to give her time. Now I must go speak with the Council. I need their advice on recent developments. After I've met with them, I will meet you outside the ship.
But yeah, 8 minifigures. So like maybe price it closer to the Dark Falcon. I hate to be advocating for a price hike, but like, yeah. And then what you do is also release a plate scale of maybe one of those TIE builds or the Sith Fighter.
I've spoken
builds.
briefly with the Council. They request an audience with you. We should go at once.
An audience with the Jedi Council? It's pretty unusual for someone who isn't even a Jedi. What's this about, Bastila?
I'm sorry, Karth, but I cannot tell you. All I ask is that you trust in the Force and the wisdom of the Council.
Well, I don't like being left out of the loop, but I'm not looking to get you in any trouble with the Jedi Masters. We'll do things your way for a while.
Come, they're expecting us. I will lead you to the Council chambers.
Karth, Mr. I don't trust anything. Go ahead. I represent a human citizen of Dantooine by the name of Randall of Thulin. His ranch has a considerable difficulty with Mandalorian raiders for many years. His young daughter was kidnapped by those raiders many years ago and has not been returned. Might you have news of her? Her name is Sasha. Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you actually believe she's still alive? Is there a reward for this news? It is not customary for the Mandalorians to terminate their captives. It is my hope Sasha has escaped or been sold into slavery. If so, I may yet locate her. Sorry, I have no idea who you're talking about. Ah, that is too bad. I shall have to continue my search. So now we can ask if are problems with Mandalorian common on Dantooine? Is this something the local authorities should handle? Is there anything of interest? I'll keep an eye out for your girl. We'll go with I'll keep an eye out for your girl. I would appreciate that. Alrighty. We don't need to go into that shop at the moment. Welcome to the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. I do not believe we know each other. My name is Dressa Lurjada. You may call me Desra, or Desra. I have not heard of any new apprentices being accepted for training recently. What brings you to this place, if I may ask? I came here with Bastila. My business here is my own. I came here with Bastila. Yes, of course, I should have known. I've only heard a little of how she escaped the destruction of Terrace. Tell me, did she save you from that planet as well? She didn't save me. We worked together to escape Terrace. Oh, I see. Well, I meant no offense. Of course. In any case, it is good to have her back here on Dantooine again. We're afraid Malak had captured her. I hope you enjoy your time here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you. So there is somebody we definitely want to talk to, because there is unique dialogue as we're passing through here this first time. And that is Balea. Which, oddly enough, she has quest line objectives that where she'll pop back up based on our decisions. So if we make some really good decisions, we'll see her here again later after some things play out. But if we make some bad decisions, we see her later in the game as she comes to visit us.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you mock the honor traditions of our order?
I believe you are mistaken. I am not a Padawan. I am Brand Cast. I came here with Bastila.
Bastila? I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her own talents. But as for you, you claim you are not a Padawan? I find this hard to believe. The Force is strong within you. I can feel its presence. If this is some type of jest, it is in very poor taste. The Jedi Order is not a subject for jokes.
I'm telling you the truth. I didn't come here to be scolded by you.
Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It was harsh and perhaps unfair. My master often warns me that I must learn to control my emotions. I see I have much left to learn. I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
So yeah, later on she becomes a noteworthy little side note or side story.
They're waiting for you inside.
Ah, so you are the one who rescued Bastila. It is appropriate you are here. We have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Vandar, and of course the chronicler of our academy, Master Dorak. Padawan Bastila, I am sure you are already familiar with.
What do you want from me? So you've drawn me into your little trap, Bastila. What now? Isn't the Jedi Council on Coruscant? I've got some questions for you all. We're just gonna go with what do you want from me? The poor, weary traveler.
Bastila tells us you are strong in the Force. We are considering you for Jedi training.
Really? I never would have guessed. Nothing would give me greater honor than learning the ways of the Jedi. I don't know if I'm ready to this. Strong in the Force, ? Nothing would give me greater honor.
Master Jar speaks out of turn, perhaps. We need indisputable proof of your strong affinity to the Force before we would even consider accepting you for training.
Proof? Surely the entire council can feel the strength of the Force within this man. And I've already related to you the events that took place on Terrace.
Perhaps it was simple luck.
We both know there is no luck. There is only the Force. We all feel the power in Bastila's companion, though it is wild and untamed. Now that this power has begun to manifest itself, can we safely ignore it?
The Jedi training is long and difficult, even when working with a young and open mind. Teaching a child is hard. How much harder will it be for an adult to learn the ways of the Jedi?
So, I am willing to try my best. I am ready to accept the training, and my age has nothing to do with it. So, I know we're listening to Master Varrock, and he is very critical of the situation. And I think given the fact that I have the knowledge that he has, I can't hardly blame him for being concerned. But the point that because of us being so strong on the Force, us possibly being more of a danger not to be trained, is noteworthy on this viewpoint as well.
Traditionally, the Jedi do not accept adults for training, though there are rare exceptions in the history of our order. But you are a special case.
I agree with Master Dorak. Many of our own pupils are leaving the Jedi Order to follow the Sith teachings. We need recruits to stand against Malak. With Revan dead...
Are you certain Revan is truly dead? What if we undertake to train this one and the Dark Lord should return?
We should discuss this matter more fully in private. Bastila, you and your companion must go. This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
And off we run back to the ship. And we get our premonition. That sets up the story mechanic that serves it for the rest of our worlds.
The dark side is strong in this place. I can feel its power.
I almost feel like...
Is this wise? The ancient Jedi sealed this archway. If we pass beyond this door, we can never go back. The Order will surely banish us. Are the secrets of the Star Forge so valuable? Can its power truly be worth the risk?
Malik looked like an airbender in this, without his prosthetic jaw piece.
This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting.
Did she say anything else?
No, she didn't. She didn't seem well, as I recall, and for that matter, neither do you. Are you all right?
I had a rough night. Let's go.
You got it.
And now, because Parth has a fear of being left out, we're going to bring him. And we'll bring our favorite mouthy teenager along for the ride here. And we'll get them leveled up. So, if we up Karth's strength by 1, he'll get a higher melee. I really don't care about that. Intelligence, same thing. What we need is Constitution. No. Yeah, Constitution. I feel like we upped the strength already, though. We'll go with Constitution. More HP is generally better. And then for this level for him, we're going to go ahead and let his Master 2 weapon fighting feat come in. Alright. Mission. Now one could argue, once you've done one version of the Ebon Hawk for Knights of the Old Republic, since the ship makes its appearance in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, you could do a whole second ship build that's supposed to be like the mod of the next one, and have a whole different crew with it and whatnot. And as much as I would advocate for more versions of the build, I don't expect them to do that, but collectible minifigures. They haven't done one for Star Wars. They've done it for Marvel. Isn't it time? Isn't it time, Lego? Alright, so Mission has a lot on her mind. Her home planet just blew up, so let's allow her big feels here.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Terrace. I still can't believe it's gone. I mean, I grew up there and now it's just gone.
Malik will pay for what he did, Mission. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Terrace is a wasteland, get over it.
I don't really think there's anything you can say. I just have to find some way to deal with it, I guess. It'll take some time. Look, I'm not saying I can't go on or anything like that. It's a shock, you know? I mean, I knew the Sith were evil and all, but the reality of it kind of slaps you in the face. But I suppose that's why we need to stop Malik, right? The more time I spend dwelling on Terrace, the more chance some other planet will get wiped out. I guess that's what it comes down to. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And if you need my help against Malik or the Sith, I'll be there for you.
And that's what we call a trooper. Like, her and Ahsoka both, like, they step up. They're both canonically somewhere between the ages of, like, 14 and 17. And they both are like, this is a time of war. I'm going to do my part. Now, admittedly, Ahsoka's a little more, yeah, she's a little more in your face at the beginning, a little more arrogant than Mission is. Don't get me wrong, Mission has a tendency of bragging about her skill.
Development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A vision of Malak and Revan in the ancient ruins here on Dantooine.
These ruins have long been known to us, but we believe them to be merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malak found something there.
Yes, they seem to be searching for something. I don't want to talk about it. How would Bastila know if we shared a dream? Lie, I don't know what Bastila is talking about. Yes, they seem to be searching for something.
Bastila has described this shared dream to the Council in great detail. We feel it is more than a dream. It is a vision. The Force is acting through you, as it acts through Bastila.
I'm having visions now? I trust your greater wisdom. Let's just go.
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force, and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student, but rarely does a bond develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us, together.
Are you saying I'm joined with her? What are you talking about?
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long and difficult, as you must learn. Are you ready for such hardship?
Yes, I'm ready for whatever awaits me.
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us. Across the galaxy, the numbers of our order dwindle. We have sent many Jedi in quest of a way to thwart Malak's advance. Many have not returned. The Sith hunt the Jedi down like animals, ambushing and assassinating our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
Other Jedi have fallen from the light and embraced the dark side, giving their allegiance to the Sith and Malak, their Dark Lord.
Jedi are turning to the dark side? How can he be stopped?
The lure of the dark side is not easy to resist. Malak's power grows as more and more planets fall to his conquering armies.
If Malak is not stopped, the Republic will fall, and the Jedi will be hunted to extinction. The galaxy will enter a time of darkness and tyranny, not seen for 1,000 generations.
The Council has decreed that you and Bastila must investigate the ancient ruins you dreamed of, once the Council deems you ready.
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted, and perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
I'm ready now. I accept this mission.
The Force flows through you like no student we have ever seen. But you're willful and headstrong, a dangerous combination.
Before we send you to investigate the ruins, you must be trained in the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself, within all of us. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
As you wish, Master Vandar.
We must begin your training at once. You have a destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face. The entire fate of the galaxy is upon you.
I can only hope you will prove up to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult. Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly understand the way of the Jedi, you must open your mind to knowledge. Seek wisdom in the teachings of the great masters of our Order. A Jedi is never alone. Others in the Order will always stand by you.
You and Bastila share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when you need help in your training. The way of the Jedi is difficult. It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere apprentice, your potential is unlimited, and your progress amazing. In all my years, I have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You have done in weeks what many cannot do in years. I am honored to welcome you fully into the Jedi Order. Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
What must I do to prove myself?
In the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations, you must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi.
I am ready for these tests, Master Czar.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. Upon completing these tests, you will pass from apprentice to Padawan and join in the ranks of the Jedi. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code. Return when you feel you are ready for this challenge.
Greetings, young apprentice. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Or so they say. As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I feel it is my duty to share the history of our order with the newly initiated. Unfortunately, our recent history is one of tragedy and bloodshed. The Mandalorian Wars, the fall of Revan and Malak, the rise of the Sith. There are important lessons to be learned from these events, if we do not wish to repeat the mistakes of our past.
And how many times will the cycle continue? I seek knowledge of the Jedi Code.
All Jedi must know the Code. Its tenets are the fundamental teachings of our order. Think and meditate on these truths, apprentice. There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. Knowledge of the Code will lead you to the rank of Padawan, and knowledge of the Order and its history will guide you down the path of the light.
Tell me the history of the Jedi. Where are the Academy archives?
Of course, I could not tell you the entire history of our Order. The Jedi have existed for thousands upon thousands of years. We are as old as the Republic itself. Instead, I will begin 40 years ago with the War of Exar Kun. Like Malak and Revan, Exar Kun was a Jedi who fell to the dark side and led an army against the Jedi and the Republic. Exar Kun was defeated, but the war left both the Republic and our own order severely weakened. For 20 years we struggled to rebuild, trying to erase the scars of the terrible conflict.
What does this have to do with Revan and Malak? What about the Mandalorian Wars?
All things in time. You shall learn that history is an intricate weaving of many events. No one thing can be understood without the proper context. 20 years ago, the Mandalorians, aware that the Republic was in a weakened state, began conquering small worlds on the Outer Rim. They were careful to choose only planets outside the Republic's jurisdiction. After much debate, the Senate chose not to intervene. As long as the Mandalorians avoided planets that were members of the Republic itself, there would be no retaliation.
That sounds like a big mistake. They should have protected them, but we ended up in a war anyway.
The Mandalorians stockpiled resources from their conquered worlds, preparing for massive assault. 7 years ago, they launched a simultaneous attack in 3 separate sectors of Republic space. The Senate had no choice but to retaliate with the entire Republic fleet. The Mandalorian Wars had begun.
Did the Jedi join in?
The Republic petitioned the Jedi Council for aid, but there were many factors to consider before we allowed ourselves to be drawn into another conflict, so soon after the war with Exar Kun. While the Jedi Council preached patience, there were many among our order who were eager for us to join the battle. 2 young knights in particular demanded immediate action, Revan and Malak. They rallied many of the Jedi to their cause, and against the wishes of their masters, joined the Republic fleet battling the Mandalorians. Revan was a brilliant military leader, and the Republic fleet began to win victory after victory. 4 years ago, the Mandalorians surrendered unconditionally.
So Revan did the right thing. How did Revan fall to the dark side? Where did the Sith come from?
Revan and Malak were heroes, the great saviors of the Republic. A third of the Republic fleet was under their direct command. And then something happened. Instead of returning after the war's end, the ships under Revan's command went deep into unexplored space. They claimed to be searching for the last remnants of the Mandalorian fleet. All contact was lost. For many months, it was assumed some great disaster had befallen the entire fleet. Everyone thought they were dead. There were unsubstantiated rumors of Revan and Malak being seen on a number of different planets during these months, scattered sightings that were never confirmed.
Where did they disappear to?
Perhaps they simply went far beyond the edges of Republic space. Maybe they found previously undiscovered hyperspace routes to the ends of the galaxy. Nobody knows for certain. 3 years ago, Revan and Malak returned at the head of a massive invasion fleet. Revan had assumed the title of Sith Lord. The hero had become a conqueror.
Where did Revan get the ships for the Sith fleet? How did Revan get so many followers? Where did he get the ships?
Some of the ships in the Sith fleet are those that were under Revan's command during the Mandalorian Wars. But many more are of an alien design we've never seen before. The source of this massive fleet is one of the many things about the Sith we cannot explain. It seems impossible to have created it in such a short time, yet we cannot deny its existence. The source of the Sith soldiers is unfortunately much easier to understand. Initially, the bulk of the force were former Republic soldiers who had served under Revan. With each conquest, thousands more flocked to join the invaders, swelling their numbers. Even many of our own order have betrayed us, lured by Sith promises of riches and power.
So what happened next? How can anyone hope to stop the Sith?
For 2 years, the Sith were all but invincible. Fortunately, Bastila and her battle meditation allowed the Republic to win a few key victories and kept the Sith from total triumph. In desperation, we set a trap for the Dark Lord. Bastila was with the strike team that tried to capture Revan, as you probably know. She was there at Revan's end. That was nearly a year ago, but things have not improved. Malak has stepped in and assumed the mantle of Dark Lord for himself, though he's far from Revan's equal in strategy or tactics. Still, his fleet continues to grow in both ships and soldiers. If we do not find some way to stop the Sith soon, Malak will overwhelm us with sheer numbers.
What can I learn from Revan's history? Don't worry, I'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Revan's tale shows us how even the greatest of Jedi can fall to the dark side. You must always be on guard against the evil that dwells within you. Think hard upon this lesson.
Yeah, Annie. Consider that. I will think on this, Master Dora.
May the Force be with you.
So, Master Vrook,
I see you insist on wandering the halls of our...
I seek knowledge of the Jedi Code.
You do not know the Jedi Code? Without knowledge of those doctrines, all your training will be for naught. All Jedi must know the Code. Its tenets are the fundamental teachings of our order. There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge. There is no passion. There is serenity. There is no chaos. There is harmony. There is no death. There is the Force. Learn these truths, apprentice, or we shall all regret the decision to accept you into the Order.
So, like I said, knowing what I know about the circumstances in this game that our character does not currently know yet, I understand Brooke's reservation, but I always felt like in that scene, the dialogue about the Jedi Code falls short. There is no emotion, he said angrily. And I feel like KotOR 2 did a really good job of addressing some of that in the Jedi Order. And it's the same kind of complacency, arrogance, and lip service adherence to the Code of the Order that would end up with the Order that Yoda saw the downfall of. Just food for thought.
Greetings, my young pupil. Your progress has been most remarkable so far. Are you here to continue your training in the ways of the Jedi?
I am ready to continue my training.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy in the traditions and customs of our order, as handed down from master to pupil for 1,000 generations. You must successfully complete 3 tests before you earn your place among the Jedi.
I am ready for the test, Master Zar.
These tests will see if you have truly mastered the training you have been given, both mental and physical. First, I will test your knowledge of the Jedi Code. These tenets must always guide your actions. In everything you do, you must always be conscious of their wisdom. You must now prove you have a Jedi's understanding of the Code by completing these fundamental precepts of our order. There is no emotion.
There is Brooks quiet or seething. So these are our options. There is the light, there is serenity, there is knowledge, there is the Force, there is justice, there is peace, there is harmony. There is peace.
There is no ignorance.
There is knowledge.
There is no passion.
There is serenity.
There is no chaos.
There is harmony.
There is no death.
There is the Force.
You have learned your studies well, apprentice. It will not be long before you are a full member of our order. But first, you must pass the second test and learn about the most prized possession of a Jedi, the very symbol of our order, the lightsaber. The lightsaber is the traditional weapon of our order. It is a symbol of a Jedi's skill, dedication, and authority. And each lightsaber is as individual as the Jedi who wields it. The blade is made of pure energy, focused by polished crystals in the hilt. As the second test, each Jedi must construct his lightsaber with his own hands. And now it is your time. Speak with Master Dorak, and he will guide you through the choosing of a crystal.
So now we're going to go get our guidance for the crystal. Now, if we want a Jedi Guardian, we want blue. If we want a Jedi Sentinel, we want yellow. And if we want a Jedi Counselor, we want green. So, we've held back on leveling some to help us catch up, so to speak. So part of our goal will be to get caught up quickly, because we're going to have low amounts of Force points in the beginning. Our Force powers are going to be very limited, and they're going to be very focused. And we're going to start to transition it into a more melee style build with time here. So what I typically have done in the past is I go with Guardian and go ahead and get feats that, or sorry, not feats, powers that boost our combat abilities, and put my focus in that. We have the force jump, which will allow us to jump from one end of the map to where our enemy is, and that can be super handy when we hit a section of the game where we're by ourselves late game, for just helping us get through areas, get us up there, get to the combat, get them switch it over to melee with us where we're going to dominate and not have these blasters firing at us. But like, if we go to the counselor, we get more force points. Our powers will be slightly more effective. I think for this build, I am going to go with the Guardian. I like the power that it brings to the character as far as getting from one point to the next with the advancement at the end game, where you're just like, come on, let me get through these enemies so I can get to Malik. We need to get Malik. So I think we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go Guardian, and then we'll change the crystal color once we have some more fun options.
Ah, you have come, young apprentice, at Master Zar's bidding. He sees great promise in you, as do I. The time has come for you to choose the color of your lightsaber. This color also reflects your demeanor and position within the Order. Blue
What positions
is
are
the
there?
color of the Jedi Guardian. This Jedi battles against the forces of evil and the dark side. They focus more on combat training and use of the lightsaber. Yellow is the color of the Jedi Sentinel. This Jedi ferrets out deceit and injustice, bringing it to light. They focus less on combat and more on other skills and abilities. Green is the color of the Jedi Consular. This Jedi seeks to bring balance to the universe. They mediate between other groups, using their powers to end conflict and preserve peace.
So, Anakin, Obi-Wan were both Guardians. Yoda was a Counselor. The Temple Guard were Sentinels. And Quinlan Voss is almost like a Jedi Sentinel. As far as the archetype goes. It is partially why they chose Rey to have a yellow lightsaber, is because she is turning out to be more like the Jedi Sentinel, where she understands the morally gray exists, and it is learning to use your gifts to be used for the good of others that is more important. And that kind of searching through and finding evil wherever it may be, not neglecting the skills that are not particular or exclusive to the Jedi, because that helps them relate to other individuals in the everyday. And that's part of why, when you look at the battles with Attack of the Clones, Episode 2, you see a lot of red, or a lot of green and a lot of blue, but you don't see hardly any yellow. And part of it was like, oh yeah, they didn't want to introduce a color. They hadn't thought of it as being something into the lore yet. And there's plenty of arguments that could be made. But the lore reason that's kind of shaped into it as the canon has evolved has been that as time progressed, the Sith faded into basically non-being as far as they could tell. So they didn't need as many Jedi Sentinels. So there weren't as many that felt the calling of the Jedi Sentinel. And as a result, the yellow lightsaber crystals became rarer and rarer. And even the Temple Guards used inherited sabers that had the yellow crystals. So yeah, just fun things. So right here we can say, I want to be this, and he's going to be like, hold on a moment. We got to do a test. We got a personality quiz for you.
Indeed. We shall see. I will now ask you questions, and your responses will indicate which class you lean most towards. A woman and her small child are beset by a desperate-looking group of thugs. They're menacing her with weapons, and she screams to you for help. What do you do?
Help them flee? attack the thugs, stop the thugs, and find out why they are attacking her. Because we don't know a whole lot. This could be something complex that we are butting into. So I don't want to attack the thugs. Help them flee would be a good option, I would think. Not aggressive. But stopping the thugs to ask out why they are attacking her, to maybe see if we can resolve the problem rather than delaying the problem, would be the Jedi Counselor option. Helping them flee, I feel like, would be the Jedi Sentinel option, and attack the thugs would be the Jedi Guardian. And despite the fact that we have to do a personality test, it doesn't matter what we answer, because at the end of all of this personality test, he's going to be like, oh, I think you should be this. But I want to be this. So we'll go with stop the thugs and find out why they are attacking her.
Indeed. Very well. On to the next question. You are in combat with a dark Jedi allied with the Sith. There is a pause in the combat. What do you do?
Attack him again. Find out why he turned to the dark side and try to turn him. Try to see a weakness in his technique. The Sentinel, Guardian, Counselor.
Yes, I suspected as much.
But we always believe in redemption.
There is a
And that is the
door,
point of this story.
And your goal lies on the
Possibly.
other side. What do you do?
Smash the door open. Guardian. Try to pick the lock. Sentinel. Knock. Counselor. If your goal is on the other side of a locked door, the guy, he didn't give us enough information to know if we were expected on the other side of the goal, of the locked door, by the person on the other side or not. So, let's knock.
I am beginning to see a pattern here, apprentice. I have a feeling about what you would be best at. But first, the final question. You are the head of an enclave on a contested world. The Dark Jedi have infiltrated and are causing unrest across the planet. What do you do?
Hunt them down, try to lure them into a trap, coordinate with the planetary government to identify the infiltrators.
Yes, I thought as much. As I suspected, you would be most suitable as a Jedi Consular. Which color and path do you believe yourself most suited to, apprentice?
The option of choice. We're gonna go blue.
Here is a blue crystal for your lightsaber. Go speak to Master Jar again, and he will instruct you in how to construct it.
And now we get to level up as our Jedi Guardian, which means our skill sets are going to change a little bit here. So we've got Persuade still, and we've got 1 point remaining. That's because Security got bumped. So Security is a class skill now. Computer use is Cross. Demolitions is still a class skill. Stealth, Awareness, Persuade. And now we have Treat Injury. So I really recommend Treat Injury. It's something that once you get to a certain point, it affects how much healing points you get from the med packs. And that's kind of our emergency healing. As we get force abilities and powers and whatnot, like, we get the ability to heal ourselves with the force, but our force power is limited and it has to regenerate. So I feel like that's the best option out of that at this time for us with where we're at. So there's that force jump that I was talking about. So from here, we're going to start seeing an influx on the number of feats we get. So we don't need to worry about that. We're also going to see a higher HP total. So we're going to hold off on toughness here, because we're going to do the cool thing, and we're going to start working on our 2-weapon fighting tree, because we got to dual wield lightsabers, right? So from here, initial character creation, 2 force powers. We're going to want Burst of Speed and Force Valor.
Greetings, young apprentice. Have you come seeking as you?
I do not want to talk to you. So it gave us 1 level up, but we're... Yeah. Again, Treat Injury and Persuade. And we're about to stop leveling up and persuade in a little while. We still want to go a little bit with it. So the next thing we're going to add is going to be our healing option. And then we'll add our shields. Possibly the next level. Oh. Increase our constitution there. Get our 2-weapon fighting. And then force aura. So here we're going to put priority on night speed, because that will get us an extra attack as well as increase our movement speed. And that's when we're not wearing armor. So we're going to need to put on something that doesn't count as armor. So we're going to put regular clothing on for now, which seems sketchy. But we'll get there quickly enough. Because once we use our power, it'll boost us. See? Back up to 20 at least.
Ah, good. Now that you have selected your crystal, we shall begin the construction of your lightsaber.
And then once we add Force Aura, that will increase our AC a little bit more, and we'll be basically right where we were with the armor on. Only making more attacks instead. So these we don't get to do anything with at this point. We haven't unlocked any crystals, so we just assemble here. And now we have our lightsaber. And that's the motion effect for our increased movement speed, so I apologize if anybody cannot stand it. Let's see. I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah. It looks like we're not going to be able to adjust it in this version. I know in KotOR 2 they added an option to help get rid of the blur.
You have done extremely well in constructing your lightsaber, apprentice. Your crystal seems to have been set perfectly. It is rare indeed for that to happen the first time one constructs their lightsaber. These crystals are very rare, found only in certain caves strong in the Force. By adding crystals to your lightsaber, you can alter or enhance its properties. There have even been unconfirmed rumors of certain Force-sensitive caves here on Dantooine that may hold these crystals.
I can find crystals on Dantooine? What will these crystals do for me? Should I know anything else about lightsabers?
It is a rumor only. I do not know if there's any truth in it, but you must learn first to use your lightsaber and take care when drawing it. Your lightsaber identifies you as a member of the Jedi Order. With such recognition comes honor and respect, and the attentions of dangerous enemies. The Sith and Dark Jedi will seek to destroy you, apprentice. And you must prove yourself worthy in battle against a foe who also wields a lightsaber. Are you ready to face the final challenge, apprentice?
I am ready to face the third trial.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove, once used for deep meditation by the Jedi, is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kathhounds in the area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers, a threat the Jedi have promised to stop.
What would you have me do, Master Zar? You want me to go kill Kathhounds? What's causing this corruption?
The Kathhounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
Do you have no other guidance?
No more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task. But remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped.
All right. So from here, if we go and talk to Master Vandar.
Good evening, apprentice. A Jedi must.
Master Vrook doesn't seem to like me very much.
Master Rook may seem harsh and critical, but he understands the dangers that lie in your path. He wants you and Bastila to be fully prepared when you finally face Lord Malak. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila. And for you. Is there anything else?
Is there anything you can tell me about Reverend Malak? I must be going now. I think if...
I see you in...
Ah, you often seem angry with me, Master Vrook. Have I displeased
If you find me overly critical, perhaps it is because you do not fully understand what is at stake. For 15,000 years, the Republic has brought peace and stability to the galaxy. Now, the Republic may be destroyed because we, the Jedi, have failed them. Revan and Malak were paragons of the ideals the Order seeks to uphold. Yet they succumbed to the temptations of the dark side. When Revan fell, Malak took up the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. Should Malak be stopped, what is to stop another Jedi from taking his place? This is the burden we Masters must carry. Only through strict training and relentless lessons. That is why the Order can brook no failure in our apprentices and pupils. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
Falling to the dark side. So yeah, this very much mirrors the tale of Anakin Skywalker and his fall. There's so much that they put into this game that mirrors the canon that we're all used to. And the undertones are there, and that's part of why I like this game so much. Is it keeps a lot of those classic elements that you've come to know and expect in these in Star Wars intact.
Yes.
The Order, as you see it in this game, is believable to be in a state of chaos. Exar Kun fell. Well, that's got to be bad PR. Revan and Malak fell. Again, more bad PR.
Apprentice. Though I understand you shall not have that lowly title much longer. Master Jar tells me that your progress has been remarkable. Soon he feels you will attain the rank of Padawan. Then you will truly be a full-fledged Jedi. How are you enjoying your training?
It's difficult. It's worthwhile. I want to learn use the Force, not listen to your thing. Babbling. I'm looking to alter my lightsaber. It's difficult but worthwhile.
With power comes responsibility. And only by learning discipline and sacrifice can we truly learn to master our potential. I wish you luck in your training, apprentice. Greetings. Soon he feels you will... There are caves on Dantooine that hold those rare crystals. But be warned, apprentice, they are dangerous. You should not meddle in things beyond you. I wish you luck in your training, apprentice. There is much you must yet learn. May the Force be with you.
Alrighty. So that's our droid X before the way out. We come up here. I think there's some storyline characters around. Okay. Bazak. Not right now. Oh, come on. Don't let me get caught up on mission. And then... Footlocker. There we go. Those will be useful.
Why are you bothering me? I'm here to speak with the council, not some servant.
So yeah, foreshadowing. You get to deal with him and his unpleasantness later. But now we get to do the fun stuff. Lightsaber twirls. What's our weapons?
The council has decreed you may come and...
It is good sometimes to stop and reflect on the beauty of nature and the Force. I am sorry. I tend to get carried away. Is there something I can help you with?
I've been given a task by the council.
Indeed. What is it you would like from me?
Do you know of the Tainted Grove?
The council has told you...
I know it is tainted by the dark
Do
side.
not be so quick to judge circumstances about which you are ignorant. Not everything may be as transparent as you would believe. The grove can be found to the south and east in the plains, but be wary of Kathhounds. They may be agitated by the power in the grove. Is there something else?
You notice he says, hey, it's, the grove has something going on. Not necessarily dark side, but a power is affecting the Kathhounds. Not a dark side power, but a power. I think that's a very important distinction. And I think Nemo has a very valid point.
Are you a Jedi? How long can you people continue to sit by and claim you protect us? Protectors? Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorians while we suffer.
What are you talking about? We are Jedi. What we decide is always right. Mandalorians, they were all beaten during the last war. What are you talking about?
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter. They came to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa, my Ilsa, said no.
They killed her? Only an idiot says no when they have a gun to their face. You didn't try to stop them?
There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
Revenge, not so much. I am not a Jedi yet. Maybe you could make it worth my while. I'll protect you and your fellow settlers. Those animals, I'll kill them for what they did to your problem, so not my concern. Revenge is never a good reason.
Please, I beg of you, find the Mandalorian raiders and destroy them so my daughter can rest.
So we're going to say revenge is not wise. And we're going to go ahead and talk to her.
Greetings, young Jedi. I wonder if you could assist me. I seem to have lost my companion, you see?
Your companion?
We were working on my farm to the north of here. I was working in the garden outside, and he was working inside. I heard the door to the house open, but not close. I went to see and found it wide open. I searched everywhere and could not find him. I worry so much. I need him back so badly. I wonder if could he have been kidnapped?
Does anyone hold a grudge against him?
Not that I know of. None of my neighbors really know he's there. Maybe it was the Mandalorians. Or maybe Kathhounds. But no, Kathhounds are not intelligent enough to open doors. Although
they also are on all fours.
No, it must have been someone who could open the door by himself. Come to think of it, the door was locked.
The door was locked. Could someone have... Could it have been opened from the inside?
Well, yes, it could have. But he had no reason to run away. His programming...
Your missing companion is a droid?
Well, yes. He is a droid. But he is very valuable to me all the same. He's the last piece of my poor passed-away husband that I have left. He is very dear to me, my precious is. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the only companionship I have on all of Dantooine.
You live alone with this droid.
He is a personal assistance droid. My husband was a genius at constructing droids. He made this one capable of taking care of me for the rest of my life. As the last legacy of my husband, for my own personal ease of mind, I need him back. His absence gnaws at me like a gaping wound.
Wow, she really misses her droid, doesn't she?
Please, I beg of you, return my droid to me.
If I happen to see him, I will send him back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Master Jedi. If you find him, please send him home to me. I need him so much.
So, now we're discussing the value of AI versus human connection. This game has so many things that it touches on that I feel are still relevant. Please allow me to self-introduce myself. I am Adam, a simple merchant with a much noble purpose. Purpose? Yes, purpose. The settlers and noble humans of Dantooine have been plagued by cat hounds, raiders, and fearsome troubles of late. It is much, much too sad to see these things happen to such people as this. Therefore, I have made this my mission to be... You're trying to sell me something, aren't you? To overcome their troubles, they must be able to defend themselves. Therefore, I shall offer the highest of quality of weapons and at the lowest of low prices for them. I am here offering you much in the way of weaponry at low, low prices. How can any sentient pass up such a bargain? They cannot. Weaponry it is, and weaponry I have. What is it you would like from me this fine day? Let me see what you're selling. So yeah, he has some armor. It is very expensive. And he has some basic kind of supplies. We don't really need anything from him. And then the other places near where the Ebonhawk is parked, there is a Zerka outpost, which we'll stop at later. This section's not too bad. So we're going to take advantage of our ability to queue stuff in. We're going to do Force Valor, Night Speed, Force Aura. And then we'll attack. So Night Speed will increase our movement speed, Force or our defense as well. And see, now we're getting 2 attacks with our 1 saber. And then Night or Force Valor, that is what's going to boost our stats. Which, that's one advantage that I liked on KotOR 2, is if you go in, rather than giving it as a little thing at the top right of the screen of your character sheet, basically, hey, you got this buff, you actually see it reflected in the stats, saying here's how much you got buffed. Here's where your current totals are now that you're buffed. Though, admittedly, that played a much bigger role in subsequent games. So you see, you gotta get close enough and not have anything between us. Bam. And anytime we do that jump, we also tend to get sneak attack damage added on there. So we'll hold back. Bam! Get it again. So now, you notice we've depleted our force powers. Karth is a little...
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Nothing, never mind.
Yeah?
Yes?
And the fact that it's asking, hey, what about your brother, means we're probably going to see some dialogue options from her soon. Where she's going to be like, you have to stop and talk to me. So I'd like to presumably get through but let's take a look at our map here. I could go fight those beasts, but we really don't have to at this time. We can go around the problem a little bit here. I want to take out the Grove encounter today, because that will set us up for a future, and I can go ahead and be like, okay, here's the deal with Belia, or whatever her name is. Because all the implication of the circumstances at hand will have been dealt with well enough that we can work with her. And I can reveal the overall of the story of what would have transpired had we not made the decisions we made here. So we're going to walk up on these guys, and they're going to be like, hey, kill this farmer.
You haven't given us enough money. I guess we're going to have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please. Take my wife and children instead. Anything.
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea.
Like, oh, okay. They made extra sure that you don't care. So we're gonna go Force Valor, Night Speed, Force Aura. Attack. Bam!
Let's go! How'd you like that?
And now... we can take care of his Duros allies. And loot the body. Blaster Carbine. Oh, that's the equipment pack we already opened. Okay, this one won't let us select the speeder. Okay. So if we head this way, we start heading towards this estate. And our goal is the Grove. So that's the Matale droid. I think if we...
This is private property.
I'm sorry, I'll be going now.
These settlers have come to Dantooine seeking privacy.
So we'll go back across the bridge, and I think that there's that exit there. Of course, mission's still lingering all the way back there. Sometimes the AI on this, I swear, characters forget where they're at. And then you're stuck waiting on them to show up. And you're like, what if I go and move my switch over to them and move them over myself? And you do that, and then your character's the reason why. We're waiting. Alright, so those little pillars means that's our world transition point. Rove. Wait, you must gather your party before venturing forth. Well, we'll use a med pack. So we'll go ahead and use my speed, and we'll take out this. The last thing I want is them to sneak up on us while we're dealing with them. It goes a lot slower, and we get hit a lot more if we don't do all the buff. But you also notice our HP is a lot more solid. So we'll go ahead and use one of the The 37 HP is what we healed there. That's not very good. We're still not seeing the return we need to for treat injury skill.
Ready.
So like, we'll take cards here. We'll use a regular med kit. That was 11 minutes.
Sure.
Because of how little he had left. But the advanced med pick. 19. I want to say Karth is running right around 20 something. Whatever he uses, one. Alright, so we got those cat hounds taken care of. Don't have to worry about them joining in our endeavors here. Ah. This guy. I forgot about this guy. So he's going to invite us to do an investigation as part of our training. And it's almost time for us to stop. Who are you? I am Baluk, a Jedi from the Enclave. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate a killing that took place here a few hours ago. Communication does not pose a problem, as both of the suspects and I speak basic and Huttese. I was going to handle this case myself, but now that you are here, this could be an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate how well you have been learning your lessons at the Academy. Though you are not yet a full Jedi, perhaps you could assist me in sorting out the truth from the lies. What do you want me to do? Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have brought an information retrieval droid with access to archives both at the Jedi Enclave and the planetary capital. Consider each man's account. Check the facts with the information droid. Once you have gathered all the evidence you think you need, run through the possible scenario with me. If you are unable to come up with a satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. According to the accounts of the participants, these three men were out in the field together earlier before the clouds broke. I find that very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds, as it was earlier today. But that is not the most puzzling aspect of the case. The dead man Calder Neddick was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. A rifle was found lying near his body with blood stains on it. It has been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. 2 other men were found at the scene when I arrived. One was Haddon Gold. He was unarmed. The other one was Rickard Lusoff, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything and that they came across the body, but both also accuse the other. Obviously, there is more to this than what we have been told. Is there anything else I should know? There is one last thing. When I arrived, Handon was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. You would do well to remember this as we progress through the case. If there anything else you need, I will remain here for a while for you to question the witnesses. So we're going to start off with Rickard.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Alright. Then we're going to talk to Handon.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Should I have?
I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Did you see the killer?
I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Alright. Now we're going to talk to the information.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
What did you find out about the
My
body?
preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about these
These
planes.
plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calfhounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calfhounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
So, Irias do exist. The sun in his eyes while it was cloudy.
Very well.
That's
How can I be of further
suspicious. Why were you out here? You're holding your side. Are you injured?
I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there.
Do you often run around the plains?
Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind as...
You're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Okay.
How can I be... well, actually, I didn't see anything. I was over across the bridge. I heard it. I just got here when I saw Rickard come. I had no idea what he was... Master Baluk came out here with... I hope that you'll be able to make a more informed decision. Of course.
So...
what
runs all the time, but doesn't know there's a weapons advisory. Claims the sun was in his eyes on a cloudy day.
Well, I was out hunting Irias south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I couldn't see it none too clearly. I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handon standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Irias in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Baluk's got that now. Mine, too. I want that back.
So he's got a rifle. And they've already taken it. There's another rifle that was with the body.
So, what do you want to know?
Why are you limping? Are you hurt?
Kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body. But it's nothing that serious.
But he didn't deflect quite as strongly as the other one did.
Right.
Is there any other...
Alright. So now we need to talk to our Jedi. Yes, is there something I can do to help you with this investigation? I want to discuss the murder. Very well. We should start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. Handon said that he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadow with the rocks holding a blaster in his hand. Rickard said that he was hunting Iriaz, saw one through the glare of the sun and shot at it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally, and Handon may have found the body, but that seems a very unlikely explanation. It is more likely that at least one of them is lying. Obviously, one of these men is not telling us something, but where does the truth lie? So we're going to go with Rickard is lying at this moment. Why do you believe that? There are no Iriaz for him to hunt here. It was cloudy. There was no sun glare. Yes, well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Rickard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a lie. Why would he lie if he's got nothing to hide? It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on with the next point. We need to find a motive for the killing. Maybe you should talk to the men about their relationship with the victim. If there's anything else you need, he'll be there. So once again, we'll start with Rickard.
What do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him, especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably...
I want to ask you something else. Okay.
Right. So.
My apologies.
Right. So.
Ah!
Right.
I have quick buttons on the bottom where I'm using the Pro controller for the Switch 2. So I kept clicking that. Or clipping that. As I was...
How can I be of further assistance?
Trying to do this. Did you know
I
the
knew
victim?
him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't...
No one says you killed him yet.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard...
That's all for now. He's awfully determined to prove it's Rickard. Let's talk to the droid. What can you tell me about Calder and
The
Handon?
Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
They know each other a little more than he claimed.
According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other...
Alright. So they both have beef.
Very well. I will be...
So, what do you want?
You
Now,
thought
I don't
Calder was
love
cheating
Calder,
you.
but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years. Right.
How can I be of further...
You knew Calder better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in? Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
That's all for now. So we're going to talk to Balak, or Baluk, or however it's pronounced. Yes, is there something I can do? Let's discuss the murder. We know that Rickard lied about the sun. Let's examine the relationship. Hadden told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. And we're going to go with Handon as line. He knew his wife was cheating on him. Well, that certainly is a motive for murder. The case is quickly taking shape. However, you mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we should now focus on the murder weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witness and the information droids can provide you about the blaster found near the body. So,
What do you want to know?
What about the weapon found by the body?
Blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's.
Borrowed the rifle found on the body, or someone else's. Yup. The Jedi detective. Alright. So from here, we're not going to talk to him. We're going to talk to Handon.
How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon found on the
That
body?
blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that he's the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
I completely agree. So, let's see here. Nothing more right now. Now we're going to talk to our droid.
Is there any other
There's a report of the blaster being stolen.
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other
Star Wars has always been one of my biggest fandoms. Star Wars, Pokemon, and Zelda are like the top three for me. So when I was picking out my streamer name, I did have to pick something to do with at least one of the three, and yup. Oh, wonderful. Well, happy belated birthday. I actually started this playthrough on that day, so this was part of my celebration that I do every year, is I play KotOR or KotOR 2 for the month of May, and so I wanted to continue that, and I thought it would be fun to stream it. And because it is an older game, and not as, I know the younger generation haven't had as much time with it, or are as aware of it, especially, but I definitely wanted to put something out there, especially with the remake still being rumored to be worked on by Saber. So, is there a report of Handon's blaster being stolen? There was no report. Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other
The blood did not belong to Calder. So, we're going to talk to Handon.
How can I be of further assistance?
It's his weapon, and we're gonna trigger. You're holding side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. How can I be?
All right.
Of course.
We're gonna talk to our Jedi here. The blaster is Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. The blaster is Handon's, but he reported it stolen. The blaster didn't belong to the victim. The blaster is Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. So we have caught Handon in a lie. Interesting, but I think we may need one final piece of the puzzle. There is a blood sample on the weapon that had been sent back for analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps you could inquire with the information from the droid about it. If there are anything else you need, he'll reign. So we'll talk to him one last time. Alright.
Well, so. Now I don't love Calder.
We'll go ahead and accuse him of cheating.
We run a suborbit. We've been part. Right.
Alright. Let's see if it will off.
Knock his block off, man. You know, normally I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, Right under my nose, no less. But
so lately, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Pokopia,
it may have been my own fault
as well as
for
Shiny
driving
Hunting
my
and Legends ZA. I do Shiny Sundays.
try not to take the law into my own hands.
I'm going to, when Elden Ring comes out for Switch 2, I will probably stream a playthrough of that.
Running is not a crime.
I'm a huge D&D player, and that's part of why I love KotOR so much, is it does pull directly from our D20 system for Star Wars. That was, I want to say, published early 2000s, right before this, right around 2000. It was shortly after 3rd edition for Dungeons and Dragons came out when I was in high school. So, all right, I want to ask you something else. Injured? All right, that's all for now. So now we talk to our Jedi friend, discuss the murder. I assume the blood on the weapon belongs to the victim, but I want to be thorough. Have you learned about it? We talked to him. Okay.
Is there any other...
Tell me about the blood sample.
Back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to... The blood on the weapon is definitely not... We cannot get... Is there any...
Alright. So now... Alright. Behind with a blaster. Blood is not his. It didn't belong to the victim. So apparently we didn't trigger it in the... Yes. We did not trigger the dialogue in the right order, so we did not trigger the dialogue, even though we did the dialogue. But, yeah, the D&D base is what I love, and I know if they do a revamp, I'm hoping they give it more like Kingdom Hearts treatment. If they're going to do it, versus having it done more like, say, Jedi Survivor or any of those games for the combat for the next KotOR game. Because while I do love the turn-based combat and being able to set up your order of like, I'm do this, this, and this, and then my character will automatically do the progression how I want it. So it didn't belong to the victim. That was surprising. So the blood must belong to one of the suspects, but which one? It's Handon's blood. Why do you believe that? He is clutching his side. He has been moving oddly since I arrived. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely. There is blood. Handon appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It would seem that there is one logical scenario. Handon killed KotOR for having an affair with his wife. Rickard was out hunting and accidentally shot Handon after he had killed KotOR. They are both guilty. Bold conclusion. One most people would not arrive at. But we are not like most people. We are Jedi. Still, I would like to know how you came to this conclusion. That would be fun. But I know Saber Interactive inherited Aspire, who was the one who did the port of this game for the Switch 2. And then Saber split from the parent company, and they got KotOR in the divorce, basically. So after Disney saw the build that Aspire had put up, and was like, nope, not good. We don't want this. Alright. He was also having an affair with Haddon's wife. Rickard thought KotOR was cheating him in business. Yes, well done. Both men had a reason for wanting KotOR dead. That is my theory of this morning's events. Both men knew KotOR would be out here this morning, and each plotted to kill him. Handon found him first, shot him because of the affair KotOR was having with his wife. Shortly after, Rickard arrived on the scene. From a distance, saw Handon, thought it was KotOR, so he shot him in retaliation for the credits. KotOR had cheated him in their business. Handon would have dropped his blaster, and the one we found at the scene covered in blood. He probably thought Rickard was going to kill him and called us, hoping he could convince us it was Rickard.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
That is enough. The culpability of both of you in the murder and the attempted murder of Calder Nedic is evident. Additionally, Rickard Lusoff can be charged with aggravated assault and attempted murder of Handon Gold. I place you both under the arrest of the Jedi Order and will escort you to holding facilities in the Jedi Enclave. You have done well here, and it is obvious you have been studying your lessons carefully. I will be sure to inform the Jedi Council of your performance in this little test.
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi yet. Who knows?
Thank you, Karth. But yeah, I'm hoping that they will complete the KotOR remake soon. They did a teaser trailer when it was still under Aspire for PlayStation 5 as it being an exclusive. And then nothing happened and it dropped, and I'm hoping that since we've got it, that they will use, if that does well, it will yield other games getting updated. Because like one of the first Game Boy games I ever played was a friend of mine's copy of Star Wars for a Game Boy. And I'm not going to say that game was good, but like, imagine the content that we could make now using that storyline if Disney would just kind of let them do it. So I didn't want to go too heavy on the Force Powers because that takes time to replenish. And I'm definitely going to want to have Force for... Oh, come on. That's the problem with having movement. You accidentally flip it on your own. But yeah, I hope they do it. Like, as much as I love the turn base of this version, I have a feeling we're not going to get that turn-based combat in the remake of KotOR. So my hope is they keep the storyline through, and the combat is more of a blend, much like how Kingdom Hearts is blended the turn-based system, as opposed to, like, say, doing like Elden Ring style controls. I haven't been streaming for very long, so that is part of it. I've only been at this like maybe almost a month, which you can find some of my YouTube. If you look on there, you can find previous streams. I've already uploaded them if you'd like to watch any of those. All of them have been uploaded there, so I highly recommend it. I know Twitch gets rid of them every so often, so I've got the link in my channel. Okay, we need to kill that calf hound, but it might be a good idea to heal first. And I will be wrapping this up shortly. I'd like to get through this next kind of couple of encounters. And then wrap it up there. Because I do have some family obligations too. I try to add commentary on like little Easter eggs or little side notes that within the lore, and that's kind of what I'm working towards, because once we resolve this area of the fight, so once we resolve that, like, we need an advancement. There. So, once we resolve the next little bit, I can talk about some of the lore that goes with the deviation from what we chose. Because there's reaching consequences with a very little known character in this sequence. So, like, I think that adds a little bit of fun flavor, giving some of the alternative pathways that some of these decisions will take us if we had done things a little bit differently, and the lore implications of some of what's going on in the world from a character that was just a background character that you get like a few Thank you, I appreciate the sub. That gives like a few random. So there's our first melee shield and Iridu's strength. So we're still at that 14 dexterity. Brejic's gloves gives us that +1. We'll be looking into going into these soon. I definitely want. Well, we need the AC boost at this moment. So real quick, let's get healed up. We're going to use basic med packs for this. Alright. So, Belia is the character that is like, oh, surely you are an apprentice. There's no way you're not an apprentice. You have to be an apprentice. You're so gifted in the Force. If you choose different options from what we're about to do, she shows up later in the story. But if you choose the options we're going for, that after we're done here, her character's done. Regardless of what the events transpire after that fact. But as long as we are here, like, until we talk to this upcoming character, there's a chance of her destiny to change. Once we're done with this upcoming character, her destiny's set in stone. She either perishes on this planet, or she leaves to go elsewhere, based off of the implications of the war. And the subtext of it is unique, given the time period that this game was made. Because it touches on some viewpoints that not everybody jives with. So, right over here is our encounter. And it is a fun encounter. We're going to see if we can... Yay. So... Brejic's armband, we're going to go ahead and we'll clip that. We're going to use that, and we're going to use that. We got our shields active. And we'll talk to her. So what we're going to do is we'll have to talk to this character. But in order to talk to her, we got to fight her. And I know that's a lot of buffing, but that's just to help make sure she doesn't come at us a little harder than what we can handle. Because we started off with that squishy scoundrel HP. And while yes, we've gotten some boost on our guardian abilities, we're not at full potential yet. We can pop our Force Aura again here. Keep our defense up. And then we need an advanced med pack. Again, I hate... We just got to do enough damage to her, and we were having bad luck on the hit at the beginning of combat. So, with the character Juhani.
You are strong. Stronger than me, even in my darkness.
Who are you?
I am Juhani,
And this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded. When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine.
You embraced the dark side. Why?
When I slew my master, KotOR, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you. Or so I had thought.
The dark side is never powerful enough. And I laugh at your pathetic attempt. You slew your master KotOR?
Yes. I struck her down in the middle of training, consumed by my anger, embracing the power of hate. But it was not enough. What is it you want? Why do you bother me?
I was sent out by the council. I just want to talk. Why are you doing this?
I have fallen, and dark power courses through my veins. I can never go back to the council, so here I shall stay.
I just want to talk.
You who have beaten me so easily just want to talk? I do not believe it. Kill me now while you still have the power.
Persuade. I have no desire to kill you, Juhani.
You do not? I am pathetic. I sit here and think myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing. There is no way I could be turned back.
I would much rather date Juhani than Bastila. Bastila pride is an issue for me.
I never have been.
Come now, Juhani. You are a beautiful young woman who has much talent. Why were you even thinking like that? Maybe you shouldn't have been a Jedi then. Standards cannot apply to everyone. The first step on the path of true knowledge is knowing that you are ignorant. Persuade, come on. You have much talent.
I thank you for your kind words, Jedi. I seem to still have much to learn. Both about being a Jedi and about myself. But I wish the cost of my ignorance had not been so high.
Persuade, it is not your fault. Even in death, the Force will allow her to live on. Life is a learning expense. Your master knew the risk. Life is suffering. I suppose there is no hope. I must kill you. But we're going to still try to persuade. It's not your fault, Juhani.
I only wish things could have been different. If she were alive now, there would be... How can the Council ever take me back with what I have done? Striking my master down in anger is unforgivable.
Persuade, don't worry, Juhani. They will surely take you back. Anger, show them that you have freed yourself of this base passion. Council may forgive a lot. Your master surely won't be forgiving you. Yet forgiveness must be asked. So we're going to go with surely they'll take her back.
Them that I am truly repentant. That I am willing to forsake the dark side. And maybe, just maybe, they would accept me back. Do you think they would? Could it be possible after what I've done?
Persuade, of course it would. They would always accept you back. It might be. Unlikely, but it's worth a shot. Your inner peace and harmony will show them your serenity. We're going to go with that.
I thank you, Master Jedi. I will return to the Council then. I shall.
Yup, that is why she got turned. Yup.
I hope they will forgive me again.
The pride is the downfall.
I am sure
and
I will hear great things about
Juhani learns that in this moment. But if we kill Juhani here, Belaya, or whatever her name is, the one that questioned you, is like, why aren't you in uniform? So the lore is this. She is actually the secret girlfriend of Juhani. Juhani's a lesbian. Or at least bi. And that if you kill Juhani, the Belaya will show up on Korriban seeking your character out with the intention of killing you for killing her beloved Juhani. But because we saved Juhani, when we go back, she's going to be like, oh, you helped my friend recover from her darkness, and it leaves it alone. But if you kill Juhani in this moment, Belaya will show up on Korriban down the road and be like, you killed my best friend, my love. I have to kill you. So, but yeah, just fun little things. And when this game was developed, the idea of them outright saying, hey, this is a gay or lesbian relationship was just not acceptable to most people at that time in the United States. So that was something that they didn't want to rush too much on. But in the like in the comics and whatnot, it's kind of in the overall dialogue lore, if you pay attention, that is the implications, is that she was a lover to Juhani, and because you purified the grove by killing her, she is coming to hunt you down. And yeah. But alrighty. So unfortunately, our time must come to an end today. I went a little over what I should have. Normally I try to keep it about 2 hours for this stream, partially because I have school-age children that get home. And but yeah, no, her character arc is that she gives in fully to the concept of revenge, and she turns to the dark side and comes after you. Like, yeah, she 100% ends up on a Sith power trip and determined to kill Bran Cass, is my character is named. But yeah, that's what happens if you kill Juhani in the Grove, is the character that scolded you for not being in uniform tries to kill you for revenge for killing her dearest of friends. But so yeah, my kids normally get out of school around this time, so I usually have to stop so I can take care of like things like they need sustenance to survive, and coming from how early they have school lunches nowadays, and just the chaos that it is trying to get children to eat exactly what's offered to them every time consistently, they usually show up home hungry. So with it being 4:30, I am going to have to call this stream here. I hope you will join me. So today was Monday, so Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing our Pocopia building, and we'll be building our prehistoric human habitat in Pocopia for that stream, as well as possibly starting our fleshing out the rest of the museum build that we're working on. And then we'll still do Wednesday's stream this week. Again, my streaming schedule is going to slightly shift. We are going to need to move KotOR to a different timetable because the job hours I am keeping has changed, and I'm now going to be working in this time slot. So I will not be doing away with the playthrough. We're just going to move it. It just may take me a few days to figure out where exactly we're going to place it based off of my new work schedule. So thank you for joining me. Dobo Man, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you coming and chit-chatting with me. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, Mondays has been KotOR, but I do stream Pocopia, and then Sundays we are at noon EST. I do Shiny Sundays this Sunday. I haven't uploaded that stream to YouTube yet, but I will be doing that here within the next, probably later on tonight, and I'll also upload this stream as well to YouTube if you want to catch the beginning part if you missed it. We'll wrap things up here. And we had 7 shinies on our Shiny Sunday stream, so we'll keep on that noon Sundays. And yes, I appreciate that notice on letting you know when I go live again. I would be happy. I have a couple other people that sometimes are able to pop in, and I'd like to grow us a nice little community that we can all have a chill time and just relax and enjoy in the world of chaos. So thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.